I work for a structural engineering company in Lenexa, Kansas. And my field is a computer drafter. And so what that is I take architects and engineer plans and then turn them into construction documents and blueprints that contractors later use to make buildings.
Right. And then if you could just take a moment, if you could just take a moment to share a little bit about yourself, like what would a day-to-day basis be for you?
Sure. I work on a computer all day long, and that can be both fun and a little difficult at times. And so what I do is we frequently get plans or ideas from architects or engineers, either within our company or companies that we are working with. And what I do is I basically draw everything out. And it usually requires a lot of different pages to make a set of documents. And I draw all the line work. I make 3D models of the different buildings and different projects that we're working on. And I get to put all the pieces together to make sure that the people in the field who are actually building it
Mhm.
knows how to put it all together. So making blueprints, making plans. It's basically like designing an instruction booklet on how to do something, and
All
it's
right.
a lot of fun.
All right. Um, just to start us off, how did you get where you were now in your career?
Well, I actually just started this career. I had a career in education prior to this, and I was doing that for probably 10, 15 years. And then I decided that being something in the construction field and being a drafter was something that I had enjoyed doing as a hobby. And there was a lot of opportunity in the Kansas City area for this type of work, and I went back to school to learn the different skills that are important, learn the different computer programs that would be needed, and so I made that switch about a year ago, and I really enjoyed it. I had an opportunity to internship with the engineering company that I'm working with, and they offered me a full-time position after that internship concluded, which was great for me because I wanted to join the field.
It's great. And then just thinking about your daily work, I know that you went a little bit over it a little bit earlier. Like, what's your favorite part of the job, or and then also what's probably not the most enjoyable part of it?
Well, my favorite part of it is I get to work on so many different projects. So I have worked on hospitals, apartment buildings, restaurants. I've worked on warehouse factories. So there's just a lot of different buildings that are being made right now, a lot of different constructions going up. And every single site and every single project is unique and different and offers its own challenges. Whether that's building an apartment complex that is, on a hill where some uh, levels are completely underground and other levels are, um, walking out 20 feet above. It's really interesting working on all of these different challenges and all of these different projects. So there's a lot of problem solving. There's a lot of visual thinking in it, and it's just a lot of fun. I would say the one downside that I mentioned is that you are kind of working in front of a computer screen a lot. So if you're an outdoors person or somebody that needs to be active during the day, that can be a challenge. You still get to work um, with a team and you get to collaborate. So there is time where you're not in front of a screen, but I would say the majority of the time that you are working is going to be in front of a computer. So if that's not something that's interesting to you, think about maybe something else.
Okay, all right. And then, so what was the first job ever you've ever had, and like, what did you learn from that experience?
The first job I ever had was working at Target, and I was in their meat and deli department. And one of the things that I learned about that is the importance of teamwork and having uh, being a team player. So whenever there were other people in different departments nearby, I would always reach out to help and see if there's anything that I can do to make their jobs easier. And then that kind of worked itself around. So whenever I was struggling, those same people that I was helping maybe a day or two before, they reach out and they come help me to make my job easier. So having a good team and developing a good team ethic was really important, and that's something that I've kind of carried through uh, till today.
Right. Right. And then so you did mention how you're actually pretty new to the career field. More could you touch base a little bit more with your education process and how you go and how that went? I know that you said that something for a internship as well.
Yeah. So drafting is one of those things where you can spend, you do need some post high school education in it. But what I was able to do is I took about 6 classes online at Metropolitan Community College. They were both online and in person. And what that allowed me to do is get a drafting certificate, which is sort of your basic competencies. It teaches you just a little bit about every program. And after that certificate completion, I went into an internship, and that's where I sort of landed the position where I'm at. For students that want sort of a broader experience or a better background, they do have full associate degrees or 2-year degrees in drafting. There's a couple different programs locally that offer those. And then there's even other options for students if they want to get a 4-year degree and a full bachelor's degree in drafting. There are those options as well. I think University of Central Missouri has an option. Um, of course, Metropolitan Community College has the certificate option, which is what I have, and they also offer a full associate's degree. And so with my work, I do a lot of architectural drafting, but there's a lot of other different fields where they need drafters. For instance, if you like working on car engines or mechanics, there's mechanical drafters which help build machinery. If you like working with electronic devices, there are electrical drafters. And then even if you like roads, bridges, power lines, there's a couple really big companies in the Kansas City area that do a lot of civil drafting, which is what everything that you need to build a town is civil drafting. And all of those are available for different through different programs. You learn a lot of overlap when you're taking classes, but each also has some slightly specific things that you might want to kind of study up on in different classes.
All right. And then just in your own words or your definition, how would you explain or define success for you?
Um, to me, I think success is doing something you enjoy doing and then doing it well. So I've had different successful parts of my career at times. And it was probably when I started feeling that I wasn't getting what I wanted out of my career. That's when I wanted to switch and do something different. And so moving to Kansas City and then, having the opportunity to switch careers, I feel led me to being more successful now. And I think that, it's, just something that you feel passionate about and, something that you are good at is going to lead you to success.
All right. And then final question, or what could students do now to help them prepare to get help within this career field?
Yeah, so drafting is a visual art. So taking different art classes, whether that's 3D sculpture or just 2D drawing, would be very helpful. Math is also important to drafters, but not as important as if you were to become a full engineer. So I've used things that I've learned in trigonometry and algebra classes every day in my job. And, those skills are going to be important. Um, I would also suggest if you're interested in, you know, a subject and you want to draft for it, then just taking those types of classes. So if you like drawing buildings and want to draw buildings, try getting into some construction classes. If you want to draw mechanical stuff, taking classes on mechanics or car engines would be really beneficial. So anything you like drawing, um, there's probably a drafting job for it. If somebody needs to make an instructions on how to build it, there's probably a drafting job for it. So just yeah, art classes and what you love, what you want to draw.
Right. So that's everything today. I just want to say thank you for taking your time out of the day to explain to us a little bit more on drafting, and then also helping provide this information for our students as well. So
Yeah,
good.
great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mhm.